York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. It's getting complicated. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you very much. The complication is that I love Kelly. And, you know, as a peer in the game here in Daytime Talk, I think it's like it's a different peer group. You know what I mean? Like, we all know each other, at least us in New York. Shout out to all my peers in LA. I don't get to see you guys much to socialize and stuff, but I love Kelly. And I like Michael. But this mess going on at their show has me like, oh, God. First of all, I'm not talking about this every day. Like, here in New York, it is the front page, a giant picture of Kelly on one of our local newspapers. Yes, there's nothing more important going on in the world. And then in another one of our major papers, it's a small thing, but it's still on the front page, and everybody's abuzz. So, reportedly, we know now that Kelly was blindsided. You remember the other day, because our show is live, we found out at 10:30 on Tuesday morning, the same time as Kelly found out, and the executive producer, Gelman. You know, somebody from over there called over here, like, And so, you know, that's one of the great things about doing live TV, but, you know, she hasn't been back to the show. She's still not there now. They have a whole list of people who are going to be filling in for her, you know, next week. And it's unclear whether she'll ever return, is what some people are saying. No, I think that she'll return, because wouldn't that be breach of contract? Although, aren't contracts made to be broken? Kelly, I'm not trying to count her money, but Kelly's been making a whole lot of money for a real long time. And if there's one person who could probably walk away from her job right now and leave her wig on the floor, it's Kelly. So, and Michael, you were wrong for neglecting to, you know, shout out to Kelly and thank her. When you first started the show the other day, you had a litany of people that you thanked. And then we went through the whole show, and at the very end, you finally got around to thanking Kelly. According to Entertainment Tonight, Michael had to be reminded during the show, you never thanked Kelly. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. It was the shade of it all. And Kelly, you should have shown up for work. See, well, here's how I play. Here's how I play, right? You are an actress. You can act your way through liking somebody that reportedly you all can't stand each other. I would have worn my prettiest dress. I would have gotten the best hair and makeup. She always looks pretty, but I would have been extra. And I would play this game with them. I wouldn't have run off, you know, to my apartment or on vacation with my tail between my legs. Because now it makes both of you seem just a little, you know, they're putting these reports out now that Michael's head got real big when he got there because the show was really doing well and he was a divo. And then there are reports that they don't like each other because Kelly has been there for 15 years and so she's a diva, is what they're saying. But it just doesn't look good. And Michael, I don't know what you're gonna be doing at GMA. I hope it works out for you because this could be egg on your face. And, you know, when first hearing about the story, I couldn't understand why he didn't tell her first. You know, I know I'm a part of the TV, but I also know how to watch TV as a fan, and I've always told you this. Whenever, you know, people have partners on a show, I always like to believe in my mind that everybody's cool and friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like to believe that Michael would have, even though I heard that he was told, do not say a word to anybody, not even Kelly, not even Gelman, the executive producer. Shady. The shade of it all. I mean, you know, Kelly's name is first on the marquee, and she's been there for 15 years, and she's already been blindsided once before because nobody told her that Regis was leaving, and here goes Regis 15 minutes before his last show. When they're about to do live TV, he goes, Kelly, I just want you to know, I'm leaving. You know, so I guess, you know, where is the respect? Where is the love from somebody? And for Michael, I just think that Michael should have told her, but if he was told, don't you say one word, then maybe he did the best thing by not saying anything. Because when you say one word to Kelly, Kelly, of course, is going to have pillow talk and tell her husband, Mark, who then is going to be on the phone with one of his buddies or at the gym the next day. You know how the game works. You know, you tell one person one thing. And maybe that would have torpedoed Michael's next job at GMA, you know, if he had loose lips. And then he wouldn't have been able to return to Kelly. It's just really messy. But you know what I do like, Kels? What I do like, because you are sticky sweet, and I mean that in the best way, America's sweetheart, you know what I mean? With that husband and those kids and your bubbly personality and, of course, your Jerseyness. However, you know what it's nice to see? Because I've never seen her or heard of her having a bad day, so I don't know anything about these divas things, but it's nice to see that she knows how to get down like the rest of us women when we need to. You know, it just, you know, because when people are too sweet, you know that there's another side, and it's just nice to see that she's baring her fangs. Anyway, there was an equation with Star Jones leaving The View and announcing it on TV, and then how that backfired on Star. You know, Star, I mean, she's done some things in her career, I know that she has this series that's about to start at some point or another, Satan's Sisters on VH1. But look how long ago she got on TV right in front of Barbara and the world and said, I quit. It's just not a good look to just say I quit on TV, because there are a lot of people who, you know, might be looking at people who love Kelly, looking at Michael Strahan now with a side eye like, really? This is what you do to our girl? So last night I was watching Empire, but I was also in between watching The Real Housewives of New York. And they brought the drama. I was there just in time for a bra party. And then one of the boyfriends Dorinda's boyfriend, John, showed up at the party. And then, you know, the fight ensued. With Bethenny and Dorinda's boyfriend being at the center, while Dorinda seemed at least 5 sheets to the wind. That's what the old school calls a bit turned up. And out of it. Anyway, take a look and then we'll talk.
Don't come in and talk about my business.
No, don't you
come in and talk about my business. Are you crazy?
You leave and you get out. Get him out. I want him out.
Sweetie, you should have him out. This is the reason. Yeah. This is the core issue.
Really?
This is the core issue that you've been hiding. This is the issue between you two that you've been hiding.
We love each other.
No, you get out.
You don't know what love is about because you don't know what love is.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
How about you both have broken my heart?
No,
You've broken my
baby,
heart.
I never break your heart.
Don't you dare. You're done. You're done.
You're jealous.
How would you know you don't know me?
Because you can't hold a relationship.
If I could have a boyfriend like you, then I would have a relationship.
I thought Bethenny handled that perfectly. First of all, he wasn't invited to the bra party. You know, and I was asking my morning meeting, you know, Wendy, is it ever okay to curse out somebody's boyfriend or husband? I said, yup. Yup. And I'm gonna tell you when. I'm gonna tell you when. And by the way, there was a point that Bethenny told him, you know, you seem really out of it. You wanna blow some lines? Like she accused him of being high. Dorinda was definitely not in her right sorts. Dorinda's the kind of woman that tries to push everybody off onto liking her boyfriend, like selling it to you all the time, as opposed to just letting him be and letting people form their own opinions. But Bethenny handled him, and as well she should have, and you know, she kept it to the business at hand. Why are you talking about my business? Now, hold, you can say a lot of things about me. Maybe I can't hold a man, but I'm involved with something right now. But don't talk about my business, okay? Anyway, so moving on to this relationship with Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez. Well, Mariah won't let it stop. I mean, okay, it was 14 years ago, Mariah famously said about Jennifer, "I don't know her." Yeah, like the interviewer was asking about certain pop stars and she was saying, oh, this one's, you know, talented and this one and so on. She got to Jennifer and I don't know her. And so that was 14 years ago. Then last month, remember I reminded you that she threw even more shade when she was asked about Jennifer and Mariah goes, I still don't know her. So, you've never done that though? Like that's to me, a natural response without getting all into it. Like I don't say I don't know her, but I always say who? 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 That's a very, very strong word. Anyway, so Mariah just posted a video or a picture with one of her lambs holding a sign that says, so is that cute, cheeky shade, or is this a grown woman who just needs to let it go? Like, stop, we get it. I think she should just let it go because it just makes her seem like 5 years old, you know, regarding that, you know? But I'm still keeping who. And Jennifer, please, I know you don't need me to tell you this, but I'm just reminding you, please don't clap back at her, because the last time that you were here at the show, at our show, I reminded you of Mariah and the shade, and Jen was right. Jen was like, I don't know why she always says that. We've been in each other's company plenty of times. And then I whispered something shady to Jen when we went to commercial break, and Jen goes, why didn't you say that when the camera was rolling? I was like, nope, I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. But I made her laugh with an extra joke. So today is a great day for women and black people everywhere. Yes. I actually shed a tear. Am I the only one? I shed a tear when I found out about Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill. And I feel like there's so many great women, take color out of it. There's so many great women in American history. I cannot believe it's taken these pig-headed men this long to do this. I mean, Barack Obama, you've done a couple of messed up things in the White House, but you've also done a lot of good things. So thank you for leaving us with this legacy. And I'm glad that she's on the $20 bill and not the $10 bill, because when you go to the ATM, they don't even give you $10 bills, they give you 20s. Like, you know, the $20 bill is better. As a matter of fact, and then they're revamping the $10 bill, so Andrew Jackson's, or Hamilton's still gonna stay on the front, because you heard they were gonna take him off, but now that Hamilton is getting all that support on Broadway, but what they are doing is they're gonna rejudge the back of the $10 bill with great women, and other people in history, like, kind of like a Mount Rushmore of the back of the bill. And then they're gonna do the same rejudging of the $5 bill. The $5 bill is getting an overhaul on the back, and that series of great people includes Dr. King and other women. So it's great. And you know, while the $1 bill is still a bill, nobody wants to be on a $1 bill. Isn't that always the one crumpled at the bottom of your bag? Like, you don't even look at the $1 bill or treat it with the same respect that you treat a 20. You know, aren't your 20s always laid flat? But the ones are always crumpled. The 5s are usually a little bit wrinkled. But once you get 10 plus, the money is straight. And I'm glad that Harriet Tubman is not on the $100 bill or $50 bill, because those don't circulate enough with John Q. Public as the 20. I think the 20 is a perfect fit. Perfect. Yeah. Remember, I was telling you that Blake Shelton is suing In Touch magazine after they claimed that he was drinking so heavily that he had to go to rehab? Yes. Well, it's not like Blake is good at helping his own case, which makes me like him even more. Like, wouldn't he have been fun to spend yesterday with? 420. Or something. Anyway, Blake just put on a concert where he was proudly drinking out of a cup that says, "I drink, get over it." Well, you know what? You know what? I was asking at a morning meeting, well, Wendy, do you think he knew what the cup said? I said, of course he did. I said, doesn't mean that cup was originally his. Like, you know, when you have people who are fans of yours, they're always giving you stuff. Like, you can walk into a concert venue and you have like 20 bags to open up of nice stuff. And so he might have used this as one of, you know, maybe one of his beehive. Yeah. One of his beehive. He's Blake. He's a bee.
All right, the Blakeators.
The Blakeators. Right. Maybe one of the Blakeators gave this to him. And also, okay, let me just read this to you. See, because just because you say you drink doesn't mean you have a problem. So, hold on. But he says it a lot. Doesn't mean he has a problem, it just means he likes to ow. He says, look, he tweeted, "I'm so drunk right now that I just walked into Kentucky Fried Chicken and shouted, 'Finger licking bud. Can y'all dump my order in my pants?'" I don't know that he's good for the marrying kind, but he definitely is, in my head, somebody I would have been friends with in high school and college. Yes, yes. Oh. Did you hear the sad news about wrestling legend and reality star Chyna? She died. She was found in her bed dead. She was in her mid-40s. Some reports say 45, some say 46. She hadn't been seen by her social circle in a moment, and a friend went over to check on her. And when the friend got inside, Chyna was in the bed. There was, they say, no signs of foul play. She does have a history of abuse of prescription medication. Well, you know, I mean, she was a very, very robust woman playing in a man's world. You know, and my personal connection to her, for those of you who remember me back on radio here in New York, Chyna and I developed quite a relation. I didn't call her Chyna, I called her Joni, her real name, Joni Lauer. But on the radio, I'd call her Chyna, and every once in a while, you know, she'd call behind the scenes and check in. She never seemed right, if you know what I'm saying. She never seemed right. But she, for all this strength and everything, she was such a delicate soul. Like, her spirit, she was so delicate, and she used to hate when Neanderthals would accuse her of being a man. I mean, that would like bring her to tears. She was in a heavy-duty relationship with Triple H, another wrestler who broke her heart and broke her down. She just was never really able to, while she was a world-class athlete, she was just never really able to get it right. So Joni Lauer, China, rest in peace. The internet is locked in a debate, but this is not a debate in my house, even though I'm the only one who seems to enjoy following this rule. There was an article about making a bed in GQ magazine. It was titled, "Bleep Top Sheets," arguing that the top sheets serve no purpose. In other words, you have your fitted sheet, and then you put the top sheet on, and you turn it so that the most saturated colors are on the downside, so when you unfurl your bed, the color's beautiful. Are we on the same page so far? Right. Well, people are saying, including every last nasty bed bug person in my morning meeting, they don't use a top sheet. And I'm like, really? Well, you have to wash your comforter like first of all, because you know after you do the deed, you need a buffer from the comforter. And then, Suzanne, be honest, do you use a top sheet?
No, no top sheet.
You just go right from the fitted sheet to the comforter?
Yes. I did away with top sheets when my boys were born because it's too much of an effort to make their beds with a top sheet. So then I did away on their bed and on our bed. Straight up comforters.
So, but you wash your comforter, it's like a part-time job.
Yeah, it's once a week they get washed. Just like when everything gets washed, they get washed.
Okay, so what about when you get hot at night? Because, well, you're not at that particular age yet, but sometimes you're not.
It's coming.
Sometimes I get hot at night. It's coming, yeah.
It's coming.
So then that's when you pull the comforter off, but at least you have your top sheet over you. So if somebody breaks into the house, they don't see everything. I just feel, and, you know. So wait, clap in the audience if you think top sheets are a no-no. It's okay. And then somebody in the morning meeting says, well, Wendy, you don't have to wash the full comforter, have a duvet. Look, duvet is the worst thing ever invented. I'm still trying to figure out how you stuff the comforter in there and make it all, then you gotta shake it out. Here's one more thing about bedding before we go. Now, this is not a pillow. This is a sham. Now, do you see this lip right here? This is how you know it's the sham. Don't you hate when you see people sleeping on their sham like it's a regular pillow? There's a pillowcase and there's a sham. And you don't sleep on the sham. The sham is only supposed to get washed as often as the comforter. Oh, I'm exhausted.